So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. We got ourselves a Tuesday grid to hop into. But first and foremost, I want to go all the way to, Buffalo, New York? That's a long ways across the pond, at least a 7 or 8 hour flight. And that's from England. From here, probably 9. But happy birthday, Kat. Thank you for your many, many months of continued viewing and support. Really, outside of all of that, really, just appreciate the likes and the subscribe and the whole 9 yards, part of this community, and we all stick together. And I hope your special day is as fabulous as it can be. And to Alex, who sent me a note reminding me that it was Kat's birthday, thank you. Appreciate that. Allowed me to maintain my status as a gentleman and not stray too far. Today it's late. It is already 5:30. I'm about 2 hours overdue for sitting here in the studio, the Solvers studio. So no wine to speak of, but a delicious wine-like cocktail. We're having the Select Venezia cocktail, which in my opinion is just red until you're happy with the red, and then fill the rest with Prosecco. And 2 ginormous ice balls, because ice balls are fun. And after a day like I've had, I'm probably going to drink that whole bottle tonight. So here we go. Let's hop into it today. Let's see what we got going on here. So we got so that's this concluding part. I can see the wordplay column headline right below here. It says Adam Aaronson and Michael Garbus make their collaboration debut in the New York Times Crossword. So it's one on Tuesday, so you have no idea. We just got to just jump in with both feet, see what we got. Let's hop into our grid. So a potato chip for Brits. Well, easy enough to start. We got to get ourselves a crisp, you know. Capital of South Dakota. That would be Peter, South Dakota. Problem is, we need to spell it as the French would. So, yeah. And if my name were Peter, I'd probably just change it to Pierre. As it turns out, it seems like my name, Christopher, is just an ancient name, and I think there's a translation of it in almost every language. It's crazy, but of my favorites, probably Cristobal. I love the Spanish. Cristoforo, I absolutely love the Italian, and over in some of the Slavic countries, I'm a Risto. I kind of like that too. But really, Christopher, there's so many. I love them all. Ancient, beautiful name. I'm proud of it. But if it was Peter, I would definitely be Pierre. Beverage holder that's typically red. And now I have, what is his name? Toby Keith stuck in my head. So red Solo cup. I mean, it wasn't necessarily a fan. I wasn't an unfan. It's just not really my kind of music. But I do remember that song very well. Creep along could be to inch. See, Tower of Hanoi, that would be mathematical puzzle with discs. Very nice. And 1985 Kurosawa epic, that is the retelling of King Lear. And I do believe this ran. And stop during roughhousing would be Uncle! What do we got here? Crazy Rich Asians director John M. Chu. Yeah, that was a good movie. And I am 2/3 of the way through Coco, so I got to tell you, sushi maker, I'm seeing already. I mean, I made it all the way up to the point last night where he's basically found out that his great abuelo is a murderer. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm seeing how this is gonna turn sad. Yeah, I'm gonna have to finish it tonight. I like how we put wasabi in quotes here at sushi bars is actually horseradish. Just add a little green stuff to it to give it something. What is this? 2 R's. Oh no, I misspelled Solo Cup. I wrote Solo Red. Too bad I was too busy singing about Red Solo Cup. Okay, too late. Great, Toby Keith. Fruit whose name is also a synonym for a grouch, and I do believe it's a crab apple. Down could be sad. And said, speaking of which, maybe segue? Guess you could make an argument for an argued, But no, I think it's segued. I mean, it makes more sense to me. Take a seat unceremoniously with down. Well, we got 4 letters, and the last word is a P. So I think we're talking about doing what Shotzi does, who is right now acting as my intermittent Shiva impersonator. She's right behind me, and I can have more arms. But she's a plopper. It doesn't matter what. No matter how nice and elegant it is, everybody's sitting down, everything's nice. Everybody's like resting on an air mattress. It's maybe not quite so full, so everybody can be comfortable. You got your wine glass there and your little appetizers, and you're watching a movie, a little pizza, a little Woody Allen, and all of a sudden, here she comes, plop, and we all go up. And that's what she does. She's a plopper. Divorce could be to split, which is what she might do if I keep talking about her ploppability. So, ploppitude. Yeah, there we go. Thumbs down on the divorce. Good for me. Bathroom to Brits. Well, when you've had your crisps to its limit, it's time to go to the loo. Of course. Mexican dish of corn on the cob with toppings. Oh, it's one of Shotzi's favorites. Elote. And like Nickelodeon's, I was almost going to say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I see the TE, and, you know, I got enough there, my 7 letters. It's funny how we automatically go to something that we think we know. Fruit from a bush, much used in pies and jams. I'm assuming we're going for gooseberry. It's a free country. Okay, so gooseberry. There might be a fork in it. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. That has made all the difference. Make yawn say. How about Tabor? And Great Expectations and The Great Gatsby for 2. I'm hoping these are novels, because we're going to try to synthesize these 2 incredible works of literature. I'm going to do a lot more thinking. Ripped must have been tore. Though I think a while back we had 5 letters for ripped, and it turned out to be swole. And I thought that was pretty cool. Stand next to a club. Got a T3. How about T? As in golf tee. Rapper Earl sweatshirt. Counterpart of dryers east of the Rockies. Wow, it's like we're talking about the Mason-Dixon line or something. What's going on with that? See, electronically produced echo effect, which still makes me want to apologize for, I guess, the Sunday grid. Sorry about that reverb. That was all on me. All on me. A tire on the back of a Jeep could be the spare. Well, which tire is the air? Let's see. Air spare? Little nobility humor. Handle as a tough piece of information. And wow, so here we go. Another 7 letters, and I'm thinking maybe stomach? Little tuber used to make Spanish horchata. I think these are tiger nuts. I think they're tiger nuts. Barbecue discard, bone. You should have seen me with my spare ribs the other night. Oh man, I had a plate full of them. I always think to myself, should I make a bouillon? You know, maybe a Brua in German. You know, kind of a broth. But I never do. I don't know why I don't. Dead serious in modern lingo. I've got no clue. Okay. Gender prefix. How about we're going cis? Actress Thompson of Selma and Creed. And that would be Tessa. Bring together. To unite. So I don't know what that other one is. Overnight. Breakfast option could be overnight oats. I don't really know what those are either. I'm assuming you let them soak overnight? And I don't know. I have no idea. Fine, I guess. Okay. All right. Garbanzo by another name. How about a chickpea? Those I miss sometimes. I've been missing them for about 7.5 some odd years, but I do miss them. Maybe 8 years. That's been a long time since I've had hummus or anything like that. Fine, I guess. Is this an S? Heavenly headwear. I'm going to go with halos. Looks like my stomach is coming through up here for me. So little by little, putting it together. This is not your average Tuesday. This is actually, you got to work for this one. This is a pretty challenging little old Tuesday grid, what we got. Ticked off could be sore. An omnivorous fish of the Amazon. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm always so thankful when I get the H in there already for me, because I hate trying to remember where to put the H in piranha. You know, piranha. I mean, I just can never seem to commit that to memory. Hoagie could be a sub. Looks like we got an Uma Thurman here. Gattaca co-star. All right. Word after wedding or a rubber band. Widens as a pupil, maybe dilates. Grown-ups, perhaps adults, perhaps. Not necessarily. I think I'm considered an adult, but I don't think anybody that knows me would accuse me of being a grown-up. Concluding part would be the coda. So fine, I guess. Sounds like okay, sure, whatever. I don't care. Just let me enjoy my angsty period. So do we have the Lily of the Valley? Sure beats running into your wild Irish rose now, isn't it? Tree whose name sounds like a pronoun. How about a U? Powdered sugar for a gingerbread house looks like it would be Schnee, the German word for snow. Muppet who posts on social media in the third person. I guess we're talking about Elmo. Very nice. Pacify, tame. You really don't ever think of pacify as tame, but it is absolutely, right? It's about making something peaceful. It makes sense. When I think of pacifying, right, I'm thinking of, almost coddling, right? Just there. It's okay. We call it a pacifier for a reason for colicky babies, right? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really. Like the foods that answer the starred clues despite how their names start. Goose, tiger, chick, horse, and crab. Yeah, these are going to be all vegetarian, and that is clever. I like the food. I like the food innuendo. Info from someone who's on the way. You could actually have an ETD, right? Hey, I'm on the way, but I haven't left yet. I'll let you know when we're departing. It could be. Not likely, just saying. High maintenance stars could be divas. Well, why pick on the hers of the crowd when the divos? Jerry refers to me as a devo. I don't know where she gets that. Domain suffix that most civilians can't register. How about a .gov? Okay, so be over dramatic could be to emote. And I really hope I haven't fat-fingered something, but it's just a Monday. It won't be hard for us to find it. But Sundays, forget it. We're going to do the check. Contest before a final. How about a semi? And what do we got here? Held office served. Okay, let's just get on up here and see if we can get this done today. Characteristically laid back, and I'm assuming maybe a type B. Boxing call would be a TKO, and that confirms for me the type B. Liking it very much. This is a great grid. Something found in a plum but not a pear. How about a pit? And actress Knightley could be Kira. Cash in Kyoto would be a yen. Dispensed from a keg on tap. So far, I feel really pretty good about this, unless I fat-fingered something, but I wouldn't know, would I? Like some homes and phones could be mobile. Situated long-term. Anything would be based. Let's take a look. Was ahead in a race, maybe led. Deliver a TED Talk, say, maybe orate. Supped, maybe ate. Not summer in France. Été. Award you can wear. How about a medal? So items on a blackboard tray could be erasers and recipe smidgen as of salt would be a dash. And let's see, how do we do, Bob? Love it. I loved this grid. It felt like a themeless because of the gait that went along with it. It had a nice rhythm, really. We were limited to about a trot, you know. We weren't going to quite get too much above that today just because of, you know, the complexity for a Tuesday. It's not that... I've heard a lot of people remark over the years, you know, like, it doesn't really matter if I'm doing a Saturday or a Monday. I will oftentimes finish in about the same time, somewhere between 10 and 13 minutes. Or if I'm especially windy and I have lots to say, you know, might be a different day. That's what really affects it more than anything. But it seems like my times, Monday through Saturday, stay about the same. So, and the one time that we did the experiment where I didn't actually talk, which was horrible for me, but it was an interesting thing for those who've been waiting for that to happen. Now, I didn't mind doing it, but I was awfully bored. Yes, I mean, I got through it, and I don't know, what was it, 5 minutes or something? It's not, because I'm not an incredibly fast typer. I can't type as fast as I think. I'm just hunting and pecking with 2 fingers, sometimes 2 fingers and 2 thumbs, depending. But, it kind of stays the same, but it's because of the mindset that I think that I get ahead of time, you know, like I'm constantly thinking, okay, today's a Saturday, I got to get ready for Saturday type clues, right? You know, okay, so Wednesday, well, that could be up in the air. Tuesday, you never know. Monday's generally pretty easy, except for that one Monday we had about 3 weeks ago that was like, this is a Monday? You know, so you never know what you're going to get, right? You just don't. But you know that they're typically easiest on Monday, hardest on Saturday, and Sundays are typically somewhere between, it feels like a Tuesday and a Thursday or something like that. Sometimes rebuses, sometimes not. Sometimes you get rebuses and a Monday. It just happens, and it's fun, and the more it keeps you on your toes, the better, I think. But on the whole, and so it's just a fantastic grid. It had a beautiful trot to it, very well done. Nothing in here that was what I would call inelegant at all whatsoever. It was just a fantastic offering today by Adam Aaronson and Michael Garbus. And so well done, gentlemen. Thank you so much for the grid. Bravo. We'll bring in our bannière d'adieu, and we'll go ahead and let class out early. Just noticed a huge uptick in views lately, and I can see from the analytics here that a lot of people are sharing and stuff, and I really think that might be the secret to why our growth has not included a lot of negative elements. The people that are coming on board, they're finding us because the algorithm at YouTube and TikTok, they know where people are that are going to be interested in this kind of thing. It's my guess. And also because of how many of you are sharing with others out there. It's not like I'm some sort of influencer, right? We barely got somewhere under 6,000 subscribers, right? I mean, I think that's probably the cap. I really don't know if there's that many people in the world who would be interested. I don't think you'll ever see a 100,000 subscriber plaque behind me on one of these shelves. I don't think there's enough people that care about wine and living le bon vivant, the dolce vita, you know, and learning and enjoying and savoring words. I don't think there's as many out there as we'd like, or that would take the time to watch a YouTube channel versus, you know, rereading Molière or something. But what I think is happening is folks are sharing. And that's why like-minded people are coming on board, and I'm always ever so impressed. In fact, a blogger I've been reading for years and years on the crossword left a message yesterday on a puzzle that I hadn't even thought of in about 5 or 6 months. It was just that particular puzzle made it into his feed somehow, and it's just kind of fun. And if you ever want to have some fun, go back to day one, to the very first grid. I mean, I didn't know what to do. It was all just grid on the screen. It was just me working through it. I didn't want to sound, you know, anything. I was just trying. I don't know what I was doing. But the point is, we've evolved, we've grown, and it's a beautiful thing. Progress is great. I'm all for it. So this has been fantastic. And I just want to say thank you all so very much for taking the time to like. And if you haven't subscribed, then subscribing, because it's free. It's a wonderful way to keep up on what we're doing. And of course, the comments always make my day. I know Shotzi reads them first thing in the morning. I generally get to them on my way home, or when I'm reading or when I'm uploading the puzzles and I have time to answer, and I like to answer them personally. if it's something that touches Shotzi, she will literally answer from her own account. I mean, it's just kind of great. It's just a nice little system we've got. But again, it's from the bottom of wherever my cockles, well, whatever they are and wherever they may be. It's a very strange word, I agree. But whatever they are, wherever they are, from there is how much I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you all so very much. And once again, happy birthday, Kat. Hope you have many, many more, and I hope your special day is a joyous one. Be well out there. Until we see you on the morrow for the Hump Day Grid. Ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Be nice to strangers and feel good about it later. Be well. Cheers. Take care.